welcome back to WWE 2K22 MyRise with X-23. Now today we're doing the Banks makes a statement storyline, but due to an in-game crash the first match is actually missing from this episode. I didn't press the button quick enough to get it to save it. So, a breakdown of what happened in the first match. We agreed to give Sasha Banks a rematch after she claimed her win early in our career was a fluke. As was about to win the match, Bailey came out and handed Sasha her boss ring before knocking us out and picking up the victory. After we complained on social media, we now fight Bailey. And that is where we're up to at the start of this episode. If you are enjoying this series or any content on the channel, don't forget to subscribe. A like on the episodes does help as well. So, we are about to face Bailey to get a much needed payback after what she did in that first match. Apologies again for the crash. I should press buttons quicker, I suppose. But thank you all very much for watching. Let's see what happens next.
Well, she was once one of the sweetest. She's now one of the meanest.
And accompanied by Sasha Banks from San Jose, California, Bailey!
Hey, despite what you think about Bailey, there's no denying what she's accomplished. The first Grand Slam champion in the women's division.
And there's also no denying that Bailey has no problem stepping on anyone along the way. It's because Bailey thanks herself for all of her accomplishments, and you can't argue with the results. Bailey knows how to win.
Corey, you think she can be great on commentary with you?
I have my doubts, but let's just have Bailey stick to the ring, where she's at her best. I mean, this table already has its role model.
Thank you.
Here we are then. It's Laura Kinney versus Bailey, one-on-one. We need to beat Bailey for what she did in the previous match against Sasha Banks. I know you haven't seen it, but it was horrendous. Coming down, throwing Sasha her boss ring, and costing us the victory. Yes, it was scripted, to be fair. There's nothing we could have done about it. But Laura Kinney now has a chance to pay back. Sasha Banks is at ringside. Hopefully that won't play a part. That's the important thing. Nice move here by Laura Kinney, taking Banks down. And we have beat Banks a few times now. We have beat her for her Intercontinental Championship. It was incredible. So hopefully we can pull off another victory here. Throwing her into the corner quite early on. Top rope. Wow, what a move there from the top rope. Spanish fly. Can we get the 3 count right here? We've got 2. No, Bailey kicking out. So far, Sasha Banks hasn't done anything. Hopefully it stays the same. I always worry when she's at ringside that she's going to try and help Bailey in some way, distract the referee or do something that we kind of don't want to happen. Laura Kinney, though, fighting well so far, taking Bailey down once again. And Bailey currently hasn't really got much momentum going for her. Only a kick out there after 1. Laura Kinney seems to be really into this match. She is putting everything into Bailey as much as possible, making sure Bailey doesn't really get any offense going. And I think that's the best thing you can do against Bailey. You don't want to give her half a chance to get back into this. Top rope for Laura Kinney now. She's going for the stamp and she hits it. What a nice move. And Bailey is looking in big trouble here. Laura Kinney seems to know what she wants to do here. Banks into the corner. We know what's coming next. It's going to be frenzy from Laura Kinney, connecting with the elbows into the turnbuckle. And we know what's coming after that. It's going to be the rage trigger from Laura Kinney, taking Bailey down. Got to be 3. It's 1. It's 2. It's 3. And Laura Kinney gets some payback on Bailey for what she did in the previous match. Bit of payback there for Laura Kinney. And a victory that we kind of wanted, needed. And it's nice to do it in front of Sasha Banks. That's the big thing, isn't it? Laura Kinney, victorious there with the frenzy, followed by the rage trigger. Nice combination. And that is our way back into this. Now on social media, Bailey says we only get a rematch if we beat her and Sasha Banks in a tag team match, which I can get on with. And Bianca Belair has volunteered to be our partner. That I wasn't expecting, but there's no one else better we'd want in our corner for this one. Here we have it then, it's Laura Kinney, Bianca Belair versus Sasha Banks and Bailey. If we win, we get a rematch against Sasha Banks, which is all we want really. So Laura Kinney has a lot riding on this. Bianca, interestingly, volunteered to enter this match with us. I wonder what she's got planned. There must be something she wants out of this. Maybe it's just a chance to beat Sasha Banks and Bailey up. Possibly. Hopefully that's all it is. There's not something else going on. Bailey's in a bit of trouble here after the double team. Look at that. Elbow there from Bianca Belair. And Bianca Belair comes highly recommended. Obviously she's a current champion, if you currently follow WWE. Showing off her strength here. But who else would you want in your corner? She is one of the strongest female superstars out there. I don't think I'd want anyone else. I think this is the perfect partner for Laura Kinney. Yes, we had a match against her at the Performance Center after we kind of dissed her, thanks to our truth getting in Laura Kinney's ear in a previous episode. But other than that, we had no issue with Bianca Belair. Hopefully it stays that way. Bailey now being abused at ringside by Bianca Belair, and she's really showing her strength here against Bailey. Bailey struggling, and down she goes again. Bailey really needs to make a tag. She's in big trouble here. Throwing her back into the ring. Bianca seems to have something else in mind here. What's she going to go for? She looks for her in the corner again. Are we going to see another double team? We are indeed. Laura Kinney now in for the double team. Banks is struggling. Sorry, Bailey is struggling. Banks isn't giving it into the match. Laura Kinney off the rope, missing there though. And Bailey now has a chance to get some momentum on the side of a huge slap. And Banks finally makes it into this match. Laura Kinney though doesn't mind. It's the one she wants. Sasha Banks is the person Laura Kinney wants to beat up. After what she did previously, I don't mind who it is in the ring. Laura Kinney knows she has to beat both of them, so either or would be good. It's a shame to lose Bailey considering we've actually worked a lot of damage into her, but Banks will do. Banks now on the receiving end of a nice combination there by Laura Kinney. She seems to know what she needs to do to keep herself in this match and to keep her tag team going. Banks there coming off the turnbuckle, hard hit by the looks of things. We think we know what we're going for here. Laura Kinney going for the double team, but Sasha Banks very quick to block it. And instead, starting to get some momentum going on her side now. She takes a big kick from the back of Laura Kinney. That is going to hurt. Laura Kinney now trying to get this back in her favour. Just trying to withstand the punishment from Sasha there. Nice block from Sasha. And a nice takedown as well, the clothesline there. Laura Kinney needs a tag. She's gone for the hot tag. She's got it. Bianca Belair is in from the hot tag. And she's speared Bailey as she enters the ring. Big spear by Bianca there. And she's really a force to be reckoned with here. Throwing her over the top rope. Banks having to jump off the side. I'm not sure why Banks in the ring there. No need. Bianca whipping up the crowd into a frenzy. Waiting for Bailey to get back to her feet. She's got no reason to go outside the ring to actually do anything here. Although she's going top rope. What's she looking for here? Banks has other ideas. Banks has thrown Bianca off the top rope as she looked to take some punishment to Bailey on the outside. Very quickly back to her feet. And Banks here showing off her strength once more. Bailey reversing it. Nearly getting the pin. And it's another tag. Bailey very quick to get out of this. Doesn't want to see any more of Bianca in this. And Banks is now in. Bianca there missing with the drop kick. Banks trying to take advantage, throwing Bianca outside the ring. This isn't what we need to be seeing. We need it back inside the ring. We need Bianca to actually start dishing out some punishment to Sasha Banks. Currently Banks seems to have some momentum, but it's going the other way now. A show of strength on the outside again from Bianca Belair. And taking Banks down. There's a lot of B's in this match, I've just realised. Bianca now forcing Banks into the side. The count is going up. We're up to 4 currently. I think we're okay though. Banks back in the ring. Bianca now going after it. It's a very lot of B's. I'm struggling to keep up. Banks there. Very quick reversal. Trying to stop the double team move happening. I think that's what Bianca was aiming for. Belair though fighting her way in. fighting her way through, but it's now Banks forcing Bianca into the corner. But very quickly, getting the elbow out to stop any sort of double team happening there. And Belair has her up again, show of strength once more to Sasha Banks, and takes her down, going for the pin. Bailey isn't moving on the outside there. It's 2, and a kick out on Banks. You never know, it was worth the try. Hot tag going for here, but Belair very quick to stop it happening. And another show of strength here from Bianca. She's really trying to show off her strength in this match. And taking Banks down again. Banks really had the start of a good time against Bianca when she first got into this. Now she's struggling. And now it's a standing shooting star press from Bianca Belair. What's she going to go for next? It seems to be setting her up. Are we going to see it? I think we are. It's the KOD from Bianca Belair, but no, reversed by Sasha Banks there. Very good move from Sasha there to reverse it. And now Sasha Banks trying to get some momentum on her side. Bianca trying to get away from this. She does, and takes her down again. Banks can't quite get to Bailey to make the tag. She needs to really. But Banks is working hard to try and get across to Bailey. She has control of Belair now. Is she going to get the tag? No. Belair stopping her from doing the double team. But Banks again reversing everything that comes at her. Very quick to get some momentum back on her side. The reversals are really working for her here. Bailey now back into the ring. And what can Bianca Belair do here? She's got to really get her back into a corner. She's got a decent amount of health left. She's not really been beaten up. We would have preferred Banks to stay in, to be fair. We've done a lot of damage to her, but it's not really happened. Another double team here on Bailey. All the double teams seem to be happening on Bailey, don't they? And Laura Kinney now with Bianca Belair in the middle of the ring. Bailey taken down once more. Laura Kinney now going to town on Bailey, trying to dish out as much punishment as possible. And Laura Kinney seems to have something in mind, throwing her into the corner, but for some reason that corner doesn't want to work. You can't throw anyone into that corner for some reason. I'm not sure what's going on. She doesn't want to know. Laura Kinney, Bailey back up, Bailey quick reversal there. And Bailey now throwing Laura Kinney into the corner, who doesn't want to bounce off the turnbuckle either. And Bailey now getting hold of Laura Kinney. Laura Kinney fighting out that. What is she going to look for here? In trying to go for the other corner, but going against the ropes instead, and both women come together. Still can't get that rebound off the ropes right. It's for some reason I just can't do the right thing. Bailey taking Laura Kinney down, damaging the arm there. Laura Kinney suffering a bit of punishment here, more than we would have liked. Bailey showing off a little bit there, going for the run against the ropes, and Laura Kinney very quick to move out of the way and take her legs out from underneath her. Bailey now in a bit of trouble, going into the turnbuckle. We still know what's coming here. It's frenzy by Laura Kinney on Bailey into the turnbuckle, and after that only comes one thing. It's going to be the rage trigger by Laura Kinney. Sasha Banks tried to stop on the outside, didn't quite work. 1, it's 2, it's no. Bailey is kicked out, and she's still in this match. I'm not sure how, but Bailey is keeping herself in this match. Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks are going for it on the outside. Bailey sliding out from underneath that one. And now it's the Bailey to belly suplex. Bailey taking down Laura Kinney inside the ring, but only a 1 count as Laura Kinney kicks out quite quickly there. I can't believe Bailey kicked out originally. She shouldn't have done. I don't know how she did it. And the fact the other two women are on the outside fighting amongst themselves. Sasha Banks to the top rope. Laura Kinney slowly, gingerly getting back to her feet. And she catches Bailey in midair. What's she going to do over here? She's going to slam her down. And she's going to the top rope herself here. And stomp to the feet, to the stomach of Bailey. Is there going to be a pin? It is. Can we get anything from this? It is 1. It is 2. It is no. Only a 2 count. 2.5. I'd have pushed Banks back on the side of the ring now. Can't see where Bianca Belair is at this point, which is a little bit frustrating. But then, I would say Laura Kinney so far is putting on a show. She's doing everything she can to keep Banks isolated away from her partner Bailey. Bailey the one in the ring that's suffering the punishment. But Bailey here fighting back with the suplex. Laura Kinney probably could do with a tag, and Bailey is going to get herself out of the ring and out of trouble at this point. Banks is now back in. I'm not sure if we have a tag team partner on the side just yet. Could do with one really. Laura Kinney has taken a bit of punishment. I'm not sure why the pause there from Banks, but it cost her as Laura Kinney, nice move to counter. Into the corner we go. Another double team from the two women that are working so well together in this match. Laura Kinney, Bianca Belair, nice double team here. And Sasha Banks goes down after the kick. And we've got a standing shooting star again from Bianca Belair, this time on Sasha Banks. And she seems ready. Can we do it this time? Sasha Banks managed to reverse this last time, but it's the KOD from Bianca Belair to Sasha Banks. Going for the pin afterwards as well. No reversal that time from Banks. Going for the pin. What can we do? One. It's two. And Bailey breaks it up just in time. That spear by Bianca to Bailey as punishment for breaking the pin up. Bailey doesn't quite slide out of the ring though. It's one. It's only a 1 count this time. Not enough. I was hoping Bailey would have gone out, but not quite. Sasha Banks kicking out of the KOD there. Got to keep the pressure on. We've got to keep the punishment going. I think that's the only way forward here. Drop kick. Blocked there by Banks. But Laura Kinney now taking her down again, followed by the kick. Got to keep the pressure on Banks. We can't let her tag out at this point. I think we've got to keep her in the ring. Crescent Scythe out of nowhere by Laura Kinney. And she's gone to the corner. We know what she's looking for. It's the Mirage Feint by Laura Kinney. Can we get it a hit? If so, we could have this match over. It's a bit close to Bailey. If Bailey comes in, we could be in trouble. If she is in the ring, it's one, and that was annoying. We shouldn't have done the pin so close to Bailey. Admittedly, Bailey stopping the pin after 1 count. Just yeah, should have done more with that. Should have moved Sasha out of the way. I think we could have won the match there. And Laura Kinney missing, trying to knock Bailey off the side. And Bailey now into the ring. And again, that corner just will not work. I don't know what's going on with it. But this time she throws her into a turnbuckle. Taking her to the top rope, but a nice kick there from Bailey stops anything happening. And Bailey now taking Laura Kinney down. It's just not, there's no way of finishing this match at this point. And we've seen this from Bailey before. It's going to be the Rose Plant from Bailey on Laura Kinney. Laura Kinney down. We need Bianca to break this up. It's one. It's two. It's three. No. Laura Kinney just kicking out at the last minute there. That was so close to Laura Kinney and Bianca Belair losing this match. Bianca didn't even step foot in the ring. I don't know what's going on there. She didn't even try and help. Sasha Banks now back into the ring. Laura Kinney seems to be struggling. We could do with a tag here. We need something. And this time the clothesline hits from Banks. Laura Kinney seems to be in a bit of trouble, as we said at this point. We need to get some. We need to be out the ring for this. We need a tag desperately. Laura Kinney trying to stay in this match, fighting to try and get some momentum back on her side. Sasha Banks into the corner, bouncing off, and Laura Kinney just thinking, let's get out. We've got to get some rest in. Belair is back into the ring now against Sasha Banks. Now we've got to try and keep the pressure on. Another show of power from Belair here. And Banks goes down again. Belair with the pin. It's one. It's two. And Bailey breaks it up again after two. Laura Kinney going after Bailey and throwing her out the ring this time. Belair needs to capitalise on this. Got to try and do as much damage, but Banks fighting back. All four women in this match have put on a real display. Bailey as well for kicking out, and Sasha Banks for kicking out when they did. And we've got the three amigos here from Sasha Banks. Three amigos from Sasha Banks to Bianca Belair. That's going to do some damage. Bianca probably needs a tag right now, but Laura Kinney and Bailey are fighting on the outside. Isn't helpful for us currently in the ring. And Banks here going for the submission. She's got it locked in. Belair has to get out of this. She's struggling hard. Can she keep herself in it? Can she keep the tag team alive? She's just about managed to struggle out of this. I think she's going to do it. She is. Belair getting herself out of the submission. I think Laura Kinney was just coming in to break that up at that point as well, to be fair. But Belair doing very well to get out of the submission. And now trying to get some momentum back. Taking out on Sasha Banks. We're going to see slam down there from Belair. And she's going to tag in Laura Kinney. Laura Kinney into the ring now. What can Laura Kinney do here? Belair is down currently. Laura Kinney looks like she was looking for the Mirage Feint, but can't quite set it up at the minute. Banks very quick to get back to her feet, it seems. But can't quite set up the Mirage Feint for some reason. Banks is not staying down for anything at this point. She's still getting back to her feet. Laura Kinney, a crescent scythe out of nowhere, going for the pin. Bailey still outside on the outside. A bit stunned at this point. It's 2. It's 3. Wow, what a match. Laura Kinney pins Sasha Banks for the tag team win. That was an incredible match. And yeah, if you stay with us through the whole match, it was full of drama. I didn't think we was going to win it at some points. It was some amazing kick out. Probably one of the best matches we've done so far. But there's a few now, I would say, in our top 10 easily. And Sasha Banks is waiting for us in the locker room. Let's see what she has to say.
Well, I've played your little game. Overcome all your little obstacles. You asked before if I was scared to face you. From where I'm standing, looks like the only one who's scared is you.
Oh, stop being dramatic. You'll get your rematch. Although, I'm not sure why you want it. It won't end well for you.
I wouldn't be so sure about that. Because this time, your friend Bailey won't be there to bail you out. I've made sure of that. I talked to Mandy, and our match is going to be a steel cage match, so that nobody can interfere.
You think you're pretty clever, don't you?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Well, I got news for you. You're not the only one who talked to Mandy. And lucky for me, she owes me a favor, and she's never really liked you. Just so happens there's another stipulation in play. After our match, when I win, you're going to be gone from Raw.
Loser leaves Raw? Really? I can't wait to see the boss shipped off to another brand after I win.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was unclear. It's only loser leaves Raw for you. Tough to be the future of WWE if you can't compete on its flagship show, huh?
The following contest is a steel cage match. Making her way to the ring from Canada, X.
When this competitor was on the indie scene, there was something about her in-ring style that caught the eye of opponents and fans alike.
Well, we heard about that style during her time with Booker T, who helped her level up by getting her foot in the door at the Performance Center.
It's boss time!
And from Boston, Massachusetts, Sasha Banks.
Sasha is no longer shy about stealing the spotlight.
Well, Sasha's been a top star for quite some time, but the change in attitude earned her SmackDown Women's Championship, her WrestleMania main event. Despite what I say about her attitude, the boss gets it done in the ring. Arguably the best competitor in the women's division in WWE.
So here it is then, final match of the episode, Laura Kinney versus Sasha Banks in the steel cage, but with a caveat: if we lose, we leave Raw. Now Laura Kinney has a lot of unfinished business on Raw. It's the first brand she started with. We'd rather not leave, we've got lots we still want to do. But it means we have to win a steel cage match. Now this is the first time Laura Kinney's been in a steel cage. I think it's the first time on both MyRise series we've done a steel cage match, to be fair. So this is a little bit new to us. And we have to win by escaping the cage. That's it. That's the only caveat. There's no pin, there's no submission. Escape the cage is the only way to win this. Sasha Banks really working the arm there of Laura Kinney and now going for the back as well. Laura Kinney needs to get herself out of this situation. Sasha Banks having the best momentum at the start. And a nice kick there by Laura Kinney brings the momentum back to her side. Can she keep it going? Neck breaker as well. Sasha Banks is going down. Laura Kinney knows she's fighting for a future on the Raw brand at this point. Banks into the corner. What can we set up here? Got onto the top rope. Kick from Banks though. Gets her out of it. I think was looking for the Spanish fly, but obviously Banks stopping that happening. Nice bulldog there from Banks. And Banks now going for the submission. Laura Kinney fairly quick to escape, not too bad. Rolling herself out. And taking Banks down there. Bringing her back to her feet. What she got planned. We know a pin's not good enough. Nice combination here from Laura Kinney. Just trying to do as much punishment on Sasha Banks as possible. Going for the top rope. Now originally, we weren't going to climb out of the ring here. We were going for the top rope move. But it gave us the option. And I thought, why not? I'm assuming we'll both fall down. It'll all be good. And as we're trying to get herself up, Sasha Banks then joins us. She is also getting herself to the top. Laura Kinney to the top first though, sitting on the top here. And now, can we get down? Banks is still climbing up though. And now Banks has brought herself to the top as well. She's trying to grab hold of us. Couple of misses there. She edges herself forward. And she's picked up Laura Kinney. Slams her head down on the top of the cage. Both women top of the cage now trying to fight. And another slam by Sasha Banks there to Laura Kinney. Can't quite reverse any of this. And Laura Kinney is thrown off the top of the cage. Sasha Banks now can get herself down. This isn't happening. Surely not. Didn't even mean to go to escape at this point, but it's gone against us. Sasha Banks is escaping. Laura Kinney trying to get to her feet. It's got to try and stop her. I don't think we've got enough time. No. Sasha Banks has won the cage match. There she goes, dropping to the floor. Sasha Banks has beaten Laura Kinney, and that wasn't the end of the match we wanted. Just made the mistake. I shouldn't have gone for the top rope move, because then we wouldn't have started climbing. We could have done more damage to Sasha first, then attempted to climb. And yeah, the hesitancy, I suppose, when climbing didn't help. The lack of reversals on the top as well. Sasha Banks obviously happy, but now we have a situation. There were some caveats to this match that I'm really annoyed to have to deal with. Sasha Banks gloating on social media. Laura Kinney a bit upset. We have to choose our new brand to go to after losing and having to leave Raw. Now, I am Denard, but in the end we picked SmackDown as our new brand. So we are off to the blue brand.
It's SmackDown's latest acquisition.
The blue brand is lucky to have her.
I tend to think everyone's replaceable, especially you, Saxton, but this superstar brings something different to the table. She's truly one of a kind.
So here we are on the blue brand. We just finished. Banks makes a statement. It didn't end the way we wanted it to. But we're still here. We're still going strong. And Laura Kinney now has a chance to reassert herself in the WWE. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for listening to the explanation at the start. And if you are enjoying this series or any content channel, don't forget to subscribe. A like on the episodes does help as well. And we'll see you next time for more WWE 2K22 MyRise.